To be better prepared for known and unknown threats in cyberspace, nations, businesses, and other stakeholders must work together and invest in cyber capacity building. By exchanging our knowledge and expertise and working together, we can strengthen our cyber capacities and we can ensure a truly free, open, and secure internet. International cooperation on cyber capacity building is important to all stakeholders because it's imperative to make efficient use of available resources as they are so scarce. This means we should harmonize our efforts across nations and sectors. Therefore, it is important to find more effective ways to work together, build new partnerships, establish and promote best practices, and to promote assistance to each other. Of course, our endeavors in the area of cyber capacity building should be underpinned by respect for fundamental rights and freedoms and respect for international law. Cyber capacity building was for the first time acknowledged by all stakeholders as a key priority on the political agenda during the Global Conference on Cyberspace in 2013 in Seoul. The 2015 GCCS in The Hague took it to the next level by launching the Global Forum on Cyber Expertise, a worldwide platform for cyber capacity building. Starting out with 42 members, countries, private companies, and international organizations, the GFCE was launched as an informal platform to exchange best practices and expertise on cyber capacity building, making use of practical and concrete initiatives. The GFCE is a neutral, bottom-up, action-oriented platform. The international cooperation and participation of the members and partners in the forum is the core of the GFCE. The GFCE also takes pride in its cooperation, its very strong cooperation with civil society. Over the past 2 years, the GFCE has gradually but steadily developed into playing a central role in bringing stakeholders together. The forum has increased to 63 members from 8 to 17 initiatives. These initiatives provide a rich set of experience and knowledge on various cyber topics. These have been collected and shared as GFCE Global Good Practices and are available to you on the GFCE website for your reference. The Global Forum on Cyber Expertise recognizes the urgency to strengthen international cooperation in cybersecurity and to develop cyber capabilities on a truly global scale. This wonderful GCCS in New Delhi provides an excellent opportunity for the GFCE to present its next step, the Delhi Communiqué on a GFCE global agenda for cyber capacity building. The global agenda reaffirms the GFCE's efforts to prioritize cyber capacity building and to call for action to jointly strengthen cyber capacity on a global scale. It aims to develop a common global focus and to make more efficient use of available resources. The Delhi Communiqué, which will be further explained by my esteemed colleague on the stage, will be publicly presented here today for the first time. With the Delhi Communiqué, the GFCE community reaffirms overarching goals of the GFCE to strengthen cyber capacity building on a global scale by implementing the aforementioned global agenda. Before we continue, let's watch a short video on what the GFCE and the global agenda are about. Thank you.
Transforming the world at a rapid pace. We cope with these ongoing changes and challenges by building our cyber capacities. The Global Forum on Cyber Expertise is a neutral platform that coordinates cyber capacity building initiatives. The platform consists of members from countries, international organizations, and private companies. The GFCE works pragmatic and action-oriented. GFCE members aim to identify successful policies, practices, and ideas. In doing so, they work together with partners from NGOs, the tech community, and academic institutions. This way, best practices and expertise in cyber capacity building are exchanged and multiplied to strengthen cyber capacity on a global level. Moving forward, the GFCE community continues to find smarter ways to work together, build new partnerships, establish best practices, and provide assistance at the national and global level. To achieve this, the GFCE community is developing a global agenda for cyber capacity building. The agenda presents a shared set of principles and prioritized cyber capacity building topics. Thus, the agenda serves as a guide for the GFCE and beyond to strengthen international cooperation and to create a common global focus. Through identifying existing gaps in knowledge, technology, and expertise, the global agenda matches stakeholders' needs to available resources. GFCE, putting principles into practice.
I think that was a brilliant and a very, very short and a brilliant film which brought out clearly the strength and the processes that GFCE follows. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, namaste, and I hope you are enjoying being a part of GCCS 2017. We thank you for joining all of us here in Delhi for the 5th Global Conference. And as my GFCE co-chair, Ms. Gonsalves, has rightly noted, we have seen GFCE grow into a strong international network on cyber capacity building over just a short period of 2 years. Cyberspace has become the 5th domain of concern after land, sea, air, and space from the point of view of national security. Over the past few years, as the digital revolution has taken India and the entire world by storm, smart devices and social media platforms have proliferated. E-services have become a way of life. In this context, India sees the future of cyberspace as being one where emerging digital nations can transform the lives of their people through good governance. People feel encouraged to embrace the internet through an ecosystem of trust. Building such a cyberspace requires a concrete global agenda for cyber capacity building, as cyber capacities of various emerging digital nations are still remaining nascent. This underlines the importance of platforms like GFCE. The Global Forum of Cyber Expertise was established with the key task of ensuring a free, open, and secure cyberspace for all. That is a common vision we all embrace. We have all been witness to the transformative power of the internet, and we wish to provide that for all people, all societies, and all the nations of the world. What does that phrase mean? What is a free, open, and secure cyberspace? A free cyberspace is one where not only the fundamental freedom rights, but most importantly, protections enjoyed by citizens in the physical world can be made equally available online. An open cyberspace is one where global governance of cyberspace underscores the rule of law and transparency in decision-making, and the institutions are truly accountable. A secure cyberspace is one where all nations work together to create a seamless security framework that protects all cyber architecture, systems, and data. Finally, this to all requires an inclusive cyberspace, where developing economies and vulnerable groups, especially women and the underprivileged, can also harness digital technologies to transform their lives in a meaningful manner. This is the future India wants for cyberspace, one where equality, diversity, inclusiveness, and harmony form the bedrock of a digital future. Only such a cyberspace can meet the objectives to bridge the digital divide and empower all of humanity. Growing steadily, GFCE has developed into playing a central role in bringing together governments, the private sector, civil society, as well as academia. GFCE recognizes the urgency to strengthen international cooperation in cybersecurity and the development of global cyber capacities. Nations, organizations, and other global communities need to act coherently, collaboratively, and in a coordinated manner. I will also touch upon some of the highlights of the Delhi Communiqué. Today, the GFCE will enter into a new phase. We are gathered here to present to you some of the highlights of the global communiqué on the GFCE global agenda on cyber capacity building. The communiqué reminds us of the underlying principles of our common quest for cyber capacity building. Apart from acknowledging existing best practices and the lessons learned in the development, security, and from technical communities, it reiterates the efforts to strengthen confidence and security in the use of information and communication technologies while building on existing practices and agreements. It also reiterates that international cooperation and assistance play an essential role in enabling societies to secure their networks, to ensure the free flow of information, and to prevent cybercrime. It reaffirms the overarching commitment of the GFCE to strengthen cyber capacity and expertise, and to make existing international multi-stakeholder cooperative efforts more effective by promoting existing international standards and good practices, complementing existing initiatives, and fostering collaboration across all stakeholders. The agenda serves as a reference point for important themes and national capacities that are mutually reinforcing. The GFCE community has identified 5 themes which it perceives as being a priority for global cyber capacity building. These themes are cybersecurity policy and strategy, incident management and infrastructure protection, cybercrime, cybersecurity culture and skills, and cybersecurity standards. What's next? Today, with the presentation of the Delhi Communiqué, we commit ourselves for an effort to enhance our cyber capacity building. The presentation of the communiqué is just the beginning. Over the next year, GFCE will work on the implementation of the global agenda. GFCE community will promote and implement the agenda and pursue a results-based and action-oriented approach. We will put our words into actions and move forward together to increase cyber capacity globally. Thank you.
Honorable GFC co-chairs, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this will conclude our session for today. The Delhi Communiqué is now available on the GFCE website. You can also take a copy on your way out. If you have any questions, please contact the Secretariat. Thank you.